All right. Let's see if I can find it now. That's the third one. Let's go to perch 4. And we're back. I know CCC, like it's just, this is stupid. This is such a stupid thing. This is the last one though. Maybe. Hopefully I can pull this off in an hour. That's what, 2 hours at a casino. I can't pull off $80 on a 400 bankroll. That would be bad. Let people get back in it. Here, take a little sip of my drink. Make sure there ain't a fly in it. Cool. Made it for all 4. Hell yeah. What's your impression, California Craps? What do you think so far? Is it trash? Ugh. Shoo. All right. Let's see here. Let's do it again, DGE, Melcy. Hell yeah. Okay. Awesome. Okay, so we're putting this back together. For those of you who are coming back a week later, or not the non-live session, you can absolutely go back on the camera and look at this combination of chips and understand that for me to recreate that would probably be impossible. Maybe not, I don't know. I'm really good at computers, I guess, I suppose. I don't think this is anything, but for the last session, we'll see here and pop out the new dice, which these are, Circa. I feel like we just did Circa Blue, so let's just do not Circa Blue. Let's do Circa Black. So this is Circa Red with my midnights. I love my midnights. All right, cool. The 10. That's off, but I will do a $10 lay 10. Just because there's so few times in life you get to do those kind of bets, you know? I know that sounds so cheesy, but it's really true. Like, you know, I just don't get to make these kind of bets because the minimum is usually 40 or 50. I tossed $1, I got 5 back. Understand that is severely house edge. So I'm actually getting taxed a hell of a lot more on that than I usually do. But, you know, when at the bubble craps machinist. But on, doesn't matter. I tried to, but it didn't matter. That's off now, same as before, $10 on the 4. It's an 8. That's an 8. And in your mind, you're like, that's such a stupid, man, $10 to win $4. But I'm like, hey man, like realistically though, I'm only trying to make 80. So I mean, that's 20 hits, and I'm well on my way to getting there. So I'm down for it. Let me make sure that's a hundo. 2, 4, 5. This is just a soft count, guys. Don't think this is like me hard counting. 100. 10, 20, 30. I'm up $30 essentially. Maybe a little bit less, but $30 is what I'm up. For the exciting conclusion of Drunk Guy Explains Craps. On! Doesn't matter. I guess at the 4-hour mark, I'm getting a little bit sluggish because, wait, that's off now. Because I'm missing my bets. Actually, I don't have to do that. But I can do this. 9. And if you guys can't tell, I'm trying to, actually I can do this. There you go. I'm trying to get it to where like nothing is going out of bounds because I really do not like that. That really irks me in a lot of ways. Actually, I'm going to keep my $1 and just get paid $4 because I need dollars. Working. Ooh, okay, so what is this? It's $18 loss. $36 working. Ooh. Tangeray dangerous. Tangeray dangerous. 6 though, page 21. Take the lay down, take this down. I owe $36 Why not? Actually, just start $45, I think. Great. That's a hundo. 2, 3, 400, 10, 20, 25, $31. So I only need $50 more. 6 hit. Don't need that. Let's go ahead and get a little feisty here since it's about $31. Let's go ahead and just do a lay 30. How about that? $30 lay. This would be the dollar vig I have to pay. 3. Doing it once again with profit, okay, guys? Well, I can't emphasize that enough. With profit. I don't think you take it. So I lost 30, so I'm 30 down. Got that marked. I really and truly only have like one street to do stuff like this with, so I'm gonna take $31, loss plus 1. See if I can't make something happen. 6, absolutely not a good position to be in. We're gonna let it play because who doesn't love a good blow up at the $400 level, which I'm down for. I'm completely down for a $400 blow up off the course of, 10, 20, 30. Made $1, and I'm happy with it. I'm happy with my $1. Yeah. Okay. What was it doing? Oh yeah. Let's get a little juicy and do a $12 6 and 8 working, double what the minimum should be, which is obviously $6 6 and 8. But here off. We're hearing the profit, so I'm taking a little bit more of a calculated stabs, calculated risks, 10 to 36 versus 6 out of 36, things of that nature, with the profit I have from the small session inside the $5 minimum table. And I feel like, especially when you're trying to get like really small numbers, I don't want to disparage anybody. They're not small numbers. When you're trying to get a small bankroll and hit 20%, it's definitely a severely limited. And saying that, you can't take a lot of crazy risks. You have to really be tight. You have to really put the screws on. $24. And we're going to do a $24 6 and 8 working. 4 off. I'm not chasing. I'm not doing a hedge with a 4 and playing that game at all. Not going to do it. It would have worked because I just rolled a 6, but I'm still not going to do it because of the risk factor and what could happen on the bad side. 9, same thing. Not going to do it. But I will sit here and take an extra. Once again, guys, it's not. I'm charging myself way big, like a lot of big. But it's fun to sit here at the bubble craps machine and have these not small numbers, but have a little bit more fun playing it. Okay, so let me make sure I get this right. $24 loss, which I'm making up for that. Another 12 for $36. 9 point got made. So I'm in the rip for $36, which I'm just gonna do a straight, $36. Okay, so I got $36 right here, $72. Very risky. Ooh, on an 8. I'm gonna reduce this back to 36. So I'm down 36, I'm taking the entire dome off. I'm not gonna play on a 6 like that or an 8. Oh, I just grabbed dice. Oops, sorry about that. And there you go. Smaller bankroll, you gotta sit here. Okay, Okay. So we can't offset. So I'm just gonna put 1020x. I'm gonna put $10 on the don't pass. $6. Really don't want a $10 6. It's just not a good position to be in. I'm reducing it down to $5. There you go. So now I'm $41 lost. Go ahead and bring this back because we're still doing total loss. Yes, I don't really need this anymore. Or I do. Well, I don't need it. Just junking up the table, and I already have my sheet knowing what I'm in for, so I don't want to keep like spreading around chips per se. So 3 uniques at $41. This is prime time to have a fat 7 roll on you. So I'm only going to do $15 right here because, you know, allocate with the fat 7. Oh, 10. Okay, so now you got to be even more risky bisky. That is the first 10 thrown. 4th unique point. Oh, man, I love that 4th unique point. 60 pays 30. That's 40. Yeah. $60 odds. Logic is this. I'm $41 in the hole. 60 pays 30. And then 15 will bring you back to 45 for a $4 gain. Look out. Look out. Big numbers coming in. Hey. 15 pays 15. 60 pays 40. Made $4. Talking about threading the needle, boys. Threading the needle. 6. That is high octane chew. If you guys think that there's more brain power in the $50,000 bankroll, you have lost your mind. It's all right here. This is where the bankrolls come. 400, 30, 40, 45, 46. I'm over halfway there. Okay. We're gonna come back to a $12 6 and 8, and it is working. Trying to utilize, there you go, pays 14. Trying to really utilize the fact that I'm in profit, and that's exactly what happened. I'm in profit. I'm taking a stab at $12 6 and 8, making $14. And that's $14 that you're making to make 80. So that's almost, you know, a fourth. Let's just say a fifth. It's a fifth of what you're looking for. You know, almost. 40, 50, 55, 60. So now I'm only $20 away from hitting my goal. So now, that was a crazy good hit, but $20 away means I'm not gonna be sitting here risking all my profit on stuff like $24 6s and 8s, $30 6s and 8s. Because once again, guys, you have to look at your survivability. You know, what can I do if everything goes bad? Where can I recover at? How much money can I put out for the recovery? Et cetera, et cetera. It's hard decisions. I'm gonna put a $5. You know what? I'm gonna be a little aggressive there. $5, and I'm taking off the $5 for that second 8. It's hard. It's hard to mentally tell yourself that, hey, 8, 8, 7, 8, 8, 6, 4 non-fields. Oh, there with that one. It wouldn't matter. You have to roll basically 10 non-fields for me to get invested with $400 into the field, so shouldn't even really count that. 5, 5, 4. 2 4s have been thrown. 8. Point made. Shows again. $5 on the don't pass. It's a 5. I like the 5. I'm actually going to put $6 on odds. No, I'm not. $3 on odds. There you go. So I have a loss of $8. And we've made 3 points and 2 unique points. Loss of $8. So I'm gonna put, come on now, girl. There you go. $10 on the don't pass line, excuse me. 4, really like that. So the 4 takes that, and screw you guys, got an hour to play with, so I'm gonna take all my profit of this session. 30, 40, 45, 47, 49, 48. $48 right there. Here's my stab. I'm on a fourth point, a third unique point. 3 7s have been thrown, and the point is a 4. I like my position here. Okay, 10 pays 10. All right, so 40 pays 20, 8 pays 4, so $24. That in. All right, let's see. First of all, let me clean up my trash. I apologize. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 100, 200, 300, 400. Feel free to stop the camera. Feel free to do whatever you do. It's 400. Got to make $80 to make my 20%. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. I add this to this rack because I made an extra $18. Awesome. I'm gonna put 2 right there for 5. Oh, and that right there turns into 100. Perfect. I love it. Okay, so the 400 made 20% to 80, so that's been knocked. And then I'm gonna put the 400 up over here in the profit section. Guys, just to let you all know, in case you haven't been here for all the videos, this is my initial bankroll of 50,000. This is the $10,000 I made off that. I didn't even have that. This is the $2,000 I made off that. This is the $400 I made off that. And this is the $80 I made off that. So that's a challenge in itself. 20, 20, 20, so 20, 20, 20. So 4 stages of 20, that's pretty good. 20% gains. Getting difficult as we go on, that could be even a challenge. That's a challenge for you guys if you guys are craps YouTubers that do stuff on the YouTubes. So in saying that, and all the stuff, I had an extra $8. Put that down for session 4 plus 8. And how many shooters did it take? It took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So once again, 7 shooters. So kind of look at what we're talking about here. For the $10,000 profit, it took 18 shooters. For the $2,000 profit, it only took 6 shooters. And then for the $400 profit, it took 7 shooters. For the $80 profit, it took 7 shooters. So realistically, if you're looking at like time under pressure, this times 3 for the 18 would give me 6,000. So still the 50,000 is a better bet. Okay, cool. I can just go ahead and rip this. Also from the data, let's talk about this. So people always talk about like multiplicity of things. First of all, we never saw more than 4 10s, never saw more than 3 4s. In saying that, 3, 7, 10, 12, 14, 17, 20, 23, 26, 29, 31, 34, 36, 37, 37 tens. Do this. 3, 6, 9, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 23, 25, 27, 29, 30, 33. We had 37 tens and 33 fours. But you know what though, guys? You can't predict that. You can't predict this, math and stuff. That's impossible. Okay, and then on top of that, no more than I think 3 points. I think we're made. Cool. So nothing too crazy here. Biggest bet I think was $12,000. No, $24,000 on a 6 and 8. That was the biggest bet. And then yeah. So now we go on to the better things, which is called. I made additionally to this right here, because I took the extra out of all of it for 20%. I made an additional $208. So I'm gonna leave that right there for right now, because guys, we're gonna take this. I'm gonna put a little, just because I love looking at it. Put a little indicator here. These are all the levels I've gotten through. Let's go ahead and clean this up. 1, 2, 3. Ah, stupid Charlie. I knew that. It's 40, 400. Excuse me. And this is 80. All right, because I'm going to see how many levels I can do this with. So let's. I don't know why I put it right there. So let's. There you go. That's a good little visual. There's the 50,000. There's the 10,000. Charles. That's 2,000. That's 400. That's 80. All right. So now, God, I don't know how many levels I can do this. I'm gonna take 80 and try to make $16 out of it. 25, 50, 75. Now we're about 70. I'm gonna take $10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. IP. Kind of funny. If you know, you know. You notice, guys, that as I'm winning, my rack is just slowly becoming more and more pathetic. Just saying. Just food for thought. Okay. So we're just gonna put this extra. That's extra. That's extra. I'm gonna do something fun with that later. Okay, so I'm gonna try a little bit different method to do this. 4, 10. Oh, something just happened. Why did everything go blank? Can people see me? Yeah, I'm looking. Can people see me? Can people hear me? Can people see and hear me? All right, cool. All right, All right. Electric Boogaloo. All right, so 4 and 10. We are, hey, JPP CPS. Hey, how's it going? Yes, good to go. Cool. All right. So I have to make $16 off 80. Okay. So let's just talk about this a little bit. So step 1 would obviously be, it's still at a bubble crap, so the same table minimums as the previous. This one is going to be a little different because instead of doing progressives, you're going to have to do chops, which I mean by that means that what I did in previous videos, like when I had the $6,000 and $8,000 debt, instead of trying to make it all back in one bet, you gotta look at survivability. So there's going to be a lot of stop, off, wait, on, stuff like that. But we'll try it out. Mind you, that I'm going to preface this with a couple of different statements. Statement number one is if I lose this 80, I am not considering this a DGE loss, because then I can just say, okay, well, I'm taking all this as my profit off this, which is well more than 20%. That's number one. Number two, I would never recommend this to any of you degenerate gamblers. I would never do this. In saying that, let's do this. $16. Yo 11 off $16. 5 is the point. I'm going to lay flies. I can't even lay 6. And this is gonna be such a heavy charge on the lay. Oh, 5. $6 lost, which is, so gonna come up with 7 on the don't pass. 8. Let's leave this here. 12. 7 out. I'm up $1. I think a 5-point got made. No 4s got made. Okay. Four. This turns off. 4. $6 lay. 8. 11. 9. 9. 999 Fräulein. That's the German birth control. Okay, second 4 got made. The 4-point got made. And I'm down $6. Put it there. Coming back with 7. 6, dangerous. 5, 9. In fact, it's so dangerous, I'll reduce it down to $5. Nine, 9, 8, 10. First and thrown. 8, 7 out. Down $1. These on. $8 pays 7. Up $6. It's on the 8. 10 thrown. 7. Sorry, it's kind of quiet, guys, but this is actually a really high IQ thinky one. This is a very thinky challenge I'm doing right now. We haven't had double 7s. Turn back off. Okay. 12. 8. 8 point. Doesn't matter though. 6. I have no idea what it is. It's a 4. Ooh. A salty 4. Actually, that's wrong. It was down here. 8. Go Braves! Los Bravos? Plus, probably someone from California even says the Braves because the LA Dodgers. 6 point. No. Profit. 6. Dang, I do not want to do this, but I'm going to leave it up. 6. Do not want to do it. Now I am down $5. Six. That's 9. $3 odds on that. 10. 6. 5. 4. That's 3 4s, boys. 10. It's 2 10s. Oh, sorry, I made the 6 twice. 7 out. 3 pays 2, which is all profit. 6 pays 6, which 5. Darn it! I gotta do some math again. I feel like I misjudged something. I mean, I'm up. Don't get me wrong, I'm up. But I gotta figure out what I'm up. 2, 5. I'm up $10. Up $10. So I gotta make $6 more off that. Okay. Okay. Unfortunately, I have to leave this off for double 7s. That would have been it. That would have been it. But it doesn't matter, guys, because it's all, once again, about survivability. 7 8 7. No. Deuce, it would have mattered. 6. 8. 4 for super thrown. 5. I don't think I can do a $3 lay, but I guarantee I can do a $6 lay. 3, 8, 4. 6, 10. 8, 10, 10, 3 10s. I'm taking the lay off. Take a $10 lay on a 10. I know. Hey, all right. So, unfortunately, I am overtaxing myself. So, 10 days forward. MLB Zitty. Let's see what you got here. See here. What's good, player? Hey, what do you think about the people that say the dice don't know how many 7s in a row one has rolled? Well, I mean, realistically, just if you look at mathematics, guys, like it's just math. And I say that is that if you told a math teacher to say, what's the probability of rolling 2 7s? They say, well, there's 36 dice combinations in 2 dice. So that's 1/6 times the second roll, which is 1/6. 1 times 1 is 1. And then 6 times 6 is 36. I'll just do that, 36. So the odds of you rolling 2 7s is 1 out of 36. That means mathematically speaking, if you took 10,000 rolls, you'd see double 7 1 out of 36 times on average. So, you know, it's just, and it's so simple. And I'm gonna, you know what? We're gonna do something after this. Don't you damn worry. We're gonna have some fun, and I'm gonna show you guys something that's really easy to track. Okay, super easy to track. First, let's see how much money I got. 10, 20. Well, that's 12. So 12 and 8 is 20. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. I only need $2 more, guys. $2 more, and I'm out the door for 20%, which I'm gonna turn these on. Do this. Sorry, I got everything kind of junkified here. Oh, let's go. 7. That's not a 7, excuse me, it's an 8, because I get paid 7. All right, so it doesn't matter, I'm gonna leave that off. Okay, so clean up my area. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. $50, $75, $80. And we got $10, $20, $21. So, for those of you guys that are still watching, so there's 80. So I can just do this. All I needed 16. I'm gonna change that 5 into 2, 4, 5. All I need $16. Idiot Charles. All I need $16, and I got it. So this 80. There's the $16 and $5 extra, which adds to this. Which means that, okay guys, I think that's enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different runs. I mean that's, here, I'll do you one better. Here you go. I need to make, off $18, I need to make $3. Just so someone can watch me bankrupt here. Huh. Boom! There you go, guys. Just in case, you know, anyone wants to say it. 50,000 to 10,000, 10,000 to 2,000, 2,000 to 400, 400 to 80, 80 to 16, 16 to 5. I do believe that's good enough. I believe that is good enough. I don't even know where the other money went to, but oh, it's right here. All right, let's go ahead and now do. I'm about to just show something for MLB. Okay, and plus I love talking, so it doesn't matter too much. Let's just go ahead and bring it to the 50K level, because you know me, I'm gonna practice for what I'm doing. But I'm just gonna basically roll a little bit, and I'm gonna do a little trick. Okay, so the trick that I did to help me figure some stuff out, okay? I'm gonna take, I'm gonna take all these, okay? Probably gonna need more, but we're just gonna go here. I don't have to do that at all. Charles, idiot. All right, so I'm gonna take these dice. Okay. Okay, that's enough. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to, each one of these C and E bets, right? They're gonna represent sevens thrown. So this one is gonna represent just a single seven, whether it be, you know, a 0.7 out essentially, is a single seven thrown. This, technically speaking, would represent a 0.7 out and a come out seven. This is 2 come out sevens, 3 come out sevens, 4 come out sevens. Now, the reason why I'm doing this, I guess I can space these a little better. Actually, I can do it like this, idiot. Once again, idiot, I can do the C's, right? I can't do the C's. Doesn't matter. I'll do the C's, and the last one I'll do the C and the E. It's never gonna get, it might get to that, but it's still not. Now, in saying that, I have not hit quad sevens today, okay? So what I'm gonna do is, while answering y'all's questions, I am going to essentially roll, okay? Roll. I'm even gonna do one better. Do exactly what I always do, which is I'm gonna pull my 7 sets, because I always do that, so I don't wanna see and be inconsistent now, especially when I'm about to show an example here. Actually, God, man, this is actually really great. I haven't done this in a hot minute on a live session. 3, 4, 5. All right, putting all that away. Put a blue in there just because I don't have a blue. Ooh, Harvey's. Can't take away Harvey's. And then the rest of them. But you know what? Midnight. As much as I love Midnights, let's go ahead and get a Bellagio red. There you go. 5 dice, just like it would be in the boat. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll. Okay. And all I'm going to track is sevens. So technically speaking, I guess I'll bet along the way, but it's not going to be big betting. So in saying that, you're going to see how these all affect each other. And it happens, and when saying that, if dice have no memory, that means that this can be at a 1, this can be at a 5, this can be at a 2, this can be at, let's just say 4, and this is at a 1. You know what I'm saying? So you can say that something like this, because dice are random, that this could happen. However, I'm going to postulate that the greatest number of sevens rolled at the top, the least amount of sevens rolled, bottom. We shall see. I've done a lot of rolls. I mean, technically speaking, if I want to be really nerdy about this, I'd go back the entire video and start mapping this, but who's got 4 hours to kill? So here's the dice boat, they dump it. I always pick out the 7 set. Just one of those things I do. 9, doesn't matter guys, doesn't matter. 5, 9, made the point. 5, points of 5. 5 made, 2 points made. Guess I'm gonna do that. So I am halfway playing. So let's just go ahead. $5,000 bankroll. I don't care about this, it's just the extra. I was gonna do something different, but it don't matter. So let's take 2, 4, 5, 1,000, 6, 7, 8, 9, 25, 5. Bam. $5,000 bankroll. I'll just chunk away. No sense in getting really heavy in betting. $5.9 points been made. 6, 3, 2, 5, 3, 6. $7 on the come out. Boop. $8, 5, 7, also a single 7. Actually, I can't mark that yet because I don't know if that is going to be a double 7. So hold on real quick. Nope. 2. Yo, 11 doesn't matter. 6, 10, 12, 8, 12. So now, I don't know if that's it yet. Oh, so I know that that's going to stay at 2. I don't know if this is going to stay. Yep. So we got 2 single 7s with the double 7. Oh, right here for right now. Right here for right now. Right here for right now. So this stays at 2. This is at 1. 9, 4, 12, 6. All right, there's the first one. Oh. Second one. Nothing, so I can change this to 2. It's actually probably the easiest betting. Ooh, boom. It's for right now. All right, sorry guys. That was because my phone said 20%. Let me plug in my charger. I don't even know what time it is. Can someone please tell me the Eastern time zone, what time it is, if you don't mind? Five, doesn't matter. 7 for right now. 8, 9, 8, 5, 4, 4, 10. I've been doing this for like 4 hours. Yeah, that makes sense. 4 hours, 4 videos. Duh. 4, 9, deuce, 8, 6, 3, 9. Longest roll in history, guys. 8, 9, 8, 7. For right now. Oop. Yep. 6, 4. Oh, 7. We got a new dice. For right now. Yep. 9, 10, 5, 9, 8. Nope. These have not happened yet. Gotta make sure I remember that. 7 for right now. 2. Oh, for right now. 3. For right now. 4. For right now. Oh. I'm not going to count it, guys, but it would have been a 6. Next roll. Boom. So boom. That's good. Oh, for right now. Yep. So we can turn that down to 5. I know this is a lot of... Anyone got any questions while I'm just playing this out? Any questions at all? I'll sit here and entertain them. This is pretty self-explanatory. If you didn't know, drop the dice. It would have been a 2 if it had stayed. For right now. Uh-oh. For right now. 3. And this hasn't happened yet. No questions at all. Sweet. Wrap this up. I'm going to try to get to 3 of 12 or 18 single sevens. It's not accurate in terms of, it's not a good sample size, but I do want to sit here and at least show it. What did it do? Oh, potentially. Drops it to a 1. Yeah, I'm going to DiceCon. I'm going to be at DiceCon June, whatever that is, with everyone else, with Color Up, Wager Me This, Pro Craps, all those yahoos. They're going to all be with me. Or not with me, excuse me. I don't want to say that. Color Up's running it, and a person from the Discord, his name is Jonas Stormrider on the Discord. He's the one that sits here and kind of, I know it's going to sound really weird just like I say it out loud, but he's definitely one that's like keeping me on track in life. In terms of like, I would just not go to anything. I mean, I don't watch YouTube craps. I don't watch my videos after I hit stop because it's beautiful when you don't cheat. It doesn't matter because, it just doesn't matter because I just hit stop, publish, boom. Boom, 1. Bring back, boom. Nothing, so we'll turn this into a 4. Nothing. Yeah, so yeah, I'm going to June for DiceCon, whatever that is. I think it's June 19th to the 22nd or June 17th to the 22nd, something around there. And boop. 2. And yeah, so I'm gonna go, I'll be in Vegas. It's gonna be super, beep. Ba-doop. Only 3 more single sevens, I'm out of here. 4. Beep. Nope. Boop. And also for authenticity, I forgot to do that. Sorry, it's my bad. I always pick out the 7 because, nope. Beep. 5. Always got 7, which should skew it because technically I'm rolling a 7, but we leave it. We just adjust it. Doesn't matter. Dice have no memory, right? This is all just a grab bag of stuff. Beep. Perfect. All right, so each one of these numbers represents big old nut burger. So the most 7s I've seen, it's 4 come out 7s and a 0.7 out, which is 5 total 7s. In saying that, look at exactly what I'm talking about. Is that it becomes exceedingly more rare to roll multiple 7s than it was to roll 1 7. Now, in saying that, let me try to make sure I get this right, okay? Now, I've said this about 1,000 times, and I'm just gonna kind of lay it out again because I really want people to, kind of emphasize what I'm going with here. Follow me. The odds of rolling a 4, 3, God dang it flies, 3 out of 36, okay? Oh, sorry. The odds of rolling a 7, I'll put this right down the middle, the old big old 7, is 6 out of 36, okay? So, the whole definition of probability, like it's 3 out of 36, is that there's 3 chances out of 36 combinations for you to hit, which is 1 out of 12. So the average of you hitting a 4 is 1 out of 12. 1 out of 12 rolls hit a 4. 1 out of 6 rolls hit a 7, okay? And it's just a mathematical value. Now, can things happen in the small term? Absolutely. Can things happen in the long term? Absolutely not. So for instance, the best way to describe this, I never get to use my visual aids. The best way to describe this, no, first of all, I'd say this, is that, so in saying that, if you roll, let's say, 10,000 times, which, hold on guys, I do not have my phone on me, so if you do not, if I can't see it if you are messaging me, so hold on. Calculator. I don't have a calculator. guess I deleted it. Okay, well, long story short, oh, why did I unlock it? Ooh. Pause, live, boom. Let's just say, I'm gonna mess this up because I don't know what the 6% or 6 out of 36 average to 100 is, so bear with me. So 10,000 rolls at any kind of sample pool, okay? Sample size, whatever you wanna say, it's 10,000. 10,000 rolls is the minimum you have to have. So postulate 1 is micro versus macro. I look at craps like a lifetime thing. Lifetime craps, that means my roll is continuously rolling. Doesn't matter if I'm there or not there, my roll is continuously rolling, and I base off that on the law average, which is essentially, if you think about it, craps tables, like one craps table may be hot, the other one craps table may be cold in a casino, doesn't matter. But my continuous rolls. Second postulate is that if you can win at the micro level every time, that should transcend to the macro level, the bigger level, of always winning. So for instance, let's say, okay, I don't care if my year is good, I just want my day to be good. If you have 365 days of good days, you have a good year. So if you think of the micro level, puts you to the macro level, which is the higher level, okay? So in saying that, if you have 10,000 rolls, and let's say that 10,000 rolls, it's not accurate, but you have 1,000 sevens out of 10,000, okay? Now, you're not gonna have exactly 500 fours and 500 tens, but what you will have is, based on the number of sevens, 50% with a standard deviation of, let's just say 2 or 3%, are gonna be fours, and 50% of the sevens is gonna be a 10 with a standard deviation of like 2 or 3%. I don't know what the deviation is for 10,000 rolls, don't ask me. But generally speaking, it's half, 50%. Now, in saying that, okay, you know, in a session, you can see 12 fours being rolled. Is that the statistic diluting down, meaning that it was short 12 fours? Oh, no, I'm getting ahead of myself. Hold on, I gotta be really small and really nail this in, okay? So let's say in the course of 10,000 rolls, it's math, so there's no me theorizing here, it's just math. 6,000 rolls, half of them are gonna be 4, half of them are gonna be 10, standard deviation of 2%, so it might be 48% or 52%, doesn't matter, standard deviation of 50%, right, Tabby? Okay, so in saying that, okay, let's say, now this is talking about probability, but let's just say this now represents 1,000 rolls. This represents every 100. So this is 1,000 sevens out of a sample size of 10,000, right? So in saying that, there's 10,000, or excuse me, if there's 10,000 rolls, there should be, or 1,000 sevens, there should be roughly 500 fours. And better yet, because I am a stickler for visual aids, and this is, I have valued chips to help people along this way. So this represent money, it represents rolls. So there you go. There's 1,000 sevens in the 10,000 rolls to make you feel better. Good Lord, I am all about some visuals right now. 10,000 rolls. There's, once again, represent rolls. 10,000 rolls, let's say 1,000 of that are sevens. I know that math isn't right, just bear with me here, because it's the smallest sample size. That means that you should see, you know, on average, 500 fours in that 10,000 rolls, and you should also see 500 tens in those 10,000 rolls, okay? So that's just mathematical values, okay? Yes, I play them all at the same time. Hold on, MLB. So in saying that, okay, so you have your 10,000 rolls, you have 1,000 sevens, okay? Well, let's just take 2,000 rolls off this. 2,000 or 3,000 rolls. So now you've only rolled 7,000 rolls. Now that's 7,000 rolls. Let's say you're at this right, or you're at 300 fours. But let's say you are at 100 tens, okay? 100 tens. So we already know 10,000 is the smallest sample size, standard deviation 1,000. Should be 500 on each side. So what I would say, my mindset is, in 3,000 rolls, okay, there's going to be 200 more 4s. There's also going to be 400 more 10s, okay? Think about it. It's just averages, okay? So in that argument, okay, there's going to be 100 more 4s. So you're over the statistic right here. And then right here, you got to have 300 more 10s, okay? So right there, you're like, God dang, it's a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's not. So now that's the macro, 10,000 rolls. I take the macro, I reduce it to the micro. And the micro is this. If I am rolling, okay, and you have rolled 100 7s, there should be 50 4s and there should be 50 10s. So if you roll 100 7s, and you only have 10 10s, and you have 50 4s, the next, whatever you want to call it, more 10s than 4s. And so based on that fact, take it to the even more micro level. You're at 2-to-1 to roll a 7 versus a 4, okay? So when you start thinking about these levels of 4s and 10s and 7s rolled, it's just math. It's just math. I don't know. It's not gypsy math, it's not craps math, it's not gambler's math, it's just math. So you can base your assumptions on that and carry on. That's kind of that. And it's based right here on this, which is, and this is the reason why I said that. Now using that same logic, one 7 thrown, let me write that dice. Oh, beer top? Son. We're just gonna call that the negatives. You know, nothing happens, off. So in saying that, okay, if this is gonna represent 7s, okay, 7s, and I just rolled, I don't know, a couple hundred times, in a couple of hundred rolls, the micro versus the macro, look what happened at the micro level, okay? And the micro level was this. The 7s rolled. No, you don't have to be. You don't actually have to be there for your rolls because it doesn't matter. It follows you forever. Your craps game is a lifetime's crap game. It's you. And the best way to describe that would be saying that, like, a couple months of me doing live videos, I never saw 4s and 10s getting thrown. So then when I started going to the casino once a week, I've noticed it's been 2 months in live sessions, in YouTube sessions, and practice sessions. And at the casino, there's never been a multitude of 4s and 10s. That gave me an indicator saying, hey, I've rolled a way more 7s than 4s and 10s. All out. This is. I know it's a very hard to unlearn a lot of crap to get to that level. But you are a number generator. Every throw is a number, and you're generating it. Whether you're there or not there, you, every time you throw, are generating numbers. Just like right here, you guys see me playing craps, playing YouTube, all that stuff. I practice without you, but the numbers are still going. It's all data. Now, what you use with that data and what positions, that's a whole different deal. But look what happens. This is the 0.7 out, come out 7, come out 7, come out 7, come out 7, essentially. Or it's... Sorry, guys. What I was saying is that, what was the last thing? What was the last thing I said? What was the last thing I said? Because we're on the home stretch here, guys. We're really pumping out some megabytes here on my 3 meg internet to do 4 hours of filming. So what was the last thing, so I can kind of wrap this up? If anyone can help me, please. And in saying that, MLB, is that almost every strategy that I use, I tell people you need to have a 5,000 bankroll for. So if you start doubling and tripling all these things together and running them concurrently, you're gonna have more than $5,000. So there's that. All right, so the solo 7 versus come out 7, what I'm saying is even at the micro level, which on 300 rolls, it shouldn't have done that. But at the micro level, look where we're at here. We're a little bit heavy on here and a little bit heavy right here, but we're pretty much right in line with it. This should be probably a 3 versus a 4, and this should probably be a 1 versus a 2. But look what happened, even at 300 rolls or less. I'm pretty sure it wasn't 300 rolls, but or less. look what's happened. A pyramid of probability. It's more probable for a single 7 versus a double 7 versus a triple 7 versus a quad, and then a quint 7? What do you want to say, quint 7? And so when I say that to you guys, is that realistically, you got to start looking at things and just unlearn this crap about, like, it's math. It's all it is math. That's all I base my crap off is math. And here's the funny thing. Now let's just say I'm just completely full of junk. Let's say I'm just lying my butt off, okay? The casino at the same time sits here and does the same thing. What do you think they're basing their profit on? They're not looking at one shooter with a big bankroll. They're not looking at 3 shooters. You're talking about Harrah's that has hundreds of tables inside the country with thousands of shooters all the time. Are they really harping on one shooter one time at one place? No, they don't care. They really don't care if you win $1 million. If you win $1 million in craps, they really don't care. Because they know, just like the data generator, the number generator is all you're doing when rolling dice is creating data. And you cannot outrun probabilities. As much as people want to say you can, you can't. If you look scientifically and say, what is the smallest sample size for dice to crop averages? It's 10,000 rolls. And oddly enough, if you think about it, Wizard of Oz, when they did their huge, is dice influencing a thing? They did for 500 rolls, and that was it. And so the variance was like a 6% variance. And I'm just like, that's too small. It's too small. Do it for 10,000. Guarantee it won't happen. And there's ways I could play with y'all. I could sit here and manipulate this 1,000 times. Let's say if I did a recorded session, right? That's the reason why I tell people, like, you want to sit here and do something, do it live, do where the dice don't move, random dice, whatever you want to say, and it never leaves the camera. There's no cuts, there's no edits. It's all right here. And the reason why is I could wait and just start cutting videos of where, like, a good session and just keep restarting and putting $5,000 fields, $10,000 field, $20,000 field, make 100,000 in 4 rolls. But that's not the average. The casino could sit here and change things up. That's not the average. They make money off the average. And then when you think about it, you're like, oh, well, you know, people can play both ways. So how are they making money? Is because they're not paying out true odds. That true statistics are just math. Math does not deviate. It does not change. It's right there. Now, how can you profit off math if every bet is offset? They don't give you true value. 10 to, or right here, 8 to 1. 30 to 1. It's 36 to 1 to throw snake eyes. They're paying you 30 to 1. So think about this. To give you a better representation is that to roll a snake eyes is 36 to 1. That means that out of 36 people rolling, or 36 rolls, let's just say 36 people roll one time, and everyone has that bet. Everybody who rolls puts $1 on right here on the snake eyes every time they start their roll. On average, if you do 10,000 rolls or 10,000 people, you are going to pay that out 1 out of 36 shooters, okay? But you think about it. 36 people paid $1 to play that game, and you're only paying 1 out of 36 times $30. So even when the casino pays this number, they're actually making $6 off you every single time. Same thing for all of this. The VIG on the lays. Why do you think there's a VIG on the 4 and 10? It's not because to juice it up. It's because they're not paying you true odds in order to make money on you even when they're paying you, okay? So, sorry for the math lesson, but that's a really easy way to represent and show not only the 7s, but also show the micro math versus the macro math, and also to show, like, hey, like, this isn't rock. I mean, all y'all can do it. All you have to do is just print out the rules of craps and the probability of craps and make deductions off the math that is presented. Now, you can use math to prove your point. You can use math to cheat math. See it on computer, pay ball, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. All right, anyone got any questions for me? I think that wraps up session 4 for the, 50 made 10, 10 made 2, 2 made 4, 4 made 80, and 80 made 16, and 16 made 5. Okay, so that's initial bankroll, 20%, 20%, 20%, 20%, 20%, 20%, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 20% rips in one live session. Wow, I've never done that. That's literally a first for me as well. So I literally did something that's a new challenge for me, that I challenge y'all, all y'all, to become better craps players, to do it yourself. Film it, become famous. You know, there's tons of people that are on YouTube right now recording themselves playing craps that started after me that have way more subscribers than me. But Pro Craps has got like 3,000 people. I'm sitting there still after 3 years at 1883. So, you know, just food for thought. Any questions before I wrap this up? I think I actually even hit this at 50,000. Look at this, an hour and 10 minutes, guys. Hell yes. Let me just make sure. Actually, here we go. Just like always, I'll sit here and roll sixes until the end. If I don't see any questions, then I can just call it a day. In the end, the fourth and final trudge. Oh, did I not roll 1-6? Charles. Okay. Beep. So that's like, I don't know, 20 dice, 30 dice rolls and only 1-6. That's a little bit off. But if you think about it, the last time I did this, I rolled 4 6s and 1. So it's almost like the statistic is diluting down. Oh, how dare you speak such things, such blasphemies about averages. It is true though, guys, like literally lifetime craps. You gotta sit here and just, it's hard to accept, I know, and trust me, it's funny when people ask me the question because I'm just like, it's math. I don't know. There's no way for me to explain it in the fact that it's just math. You're just playing math. That's why I love this game, is that this game is built in a way that anybody can be successful, because you can't cheat math. You just can't. As much as I want to sit here and say you can, but if you can't cheat math, if you were to play across, how many hit? One hit down. On the one roll probability, a 7 is 6 out of 36, the rest is 30 out of 36. So in that one roll, you have a 30 out of 36 chance on average on the one to hit. Look at Harvey dice just being goats right now, hitting for double sixes. Good job, Harvey. So, but in saying that to you guys, like, you know, I say this, and I'm going to preface this comment with, well, I'll lose subscribers no matter what, so it doesn't matter. But I'm going to preface the statement with this, is that I own a business. Semi-retired, I own a business. My family are all contractors and accountants, okay? All based on math, good books, bad books, cookbooks, whatever you want to call it, that's my background. So in saying that, okay, I'm also a business person. This isn't to sell you anything, but in saying that, if you explain a strategy, savvy, if I'm like this strategy, the DGE strategy, this strategy it's been the same strategy since 3 years ago to now. Yeah, there's aggressive or conservative. It's the same thing over and over and over again. It's not marketable, because once you know it, and there's no way to unknow something, and I can't keep charging for that. However, what is something I can charge y'all that requires zero proof because of the intangible data that goes with it? Dice throwing. And dice throwing, I'm going to use this as an example. There's a person on YouTube that is gaining a lot of momentum called King Dice. King Dice sits here and promotes the Dice Throw Academy, the Throwing Academy. Come to here for X amount of money, and we can sit here and improve your dice throw for you to make money. Based on that position, let's just say he came out with YouTube a year ago. I think it's a little bit more than that, but it doesn't matter. Is that you notice that every few months, he comes out with a different throw to sell. Now, the DGE system, at least for this, lack of authenticity because it's YouTube, the DGE system is completely, I've just proven it consistently, do meetups, bankrolls, all that stuff, right? But it's the same thing over and over again. If I was to have a successful strategy, let's say it was DGE, and let's say I'm charging you to learn the DGE strategy. Well, after you learn it, I can't charge you again. But the marketability of dice throwing is huge, because you have a bad session, I can say that it was the table. You have a bad session, I can say it's the bounce. You have a bad session, I can say it was you throwing. You have a bad session, I could say that someone else was dictating you. There's a billion different ways for me to say that I'm charging you, you're learning, but you're not successful. And it's just, there's so many variants to it. It's like insurance. You're paying money to something you don't know, and there can be a million reasons why they're gonna deny your insurance claim. And that's just how they make money. It's very marketable. It's very genius in a way. I respect the game. I respect the hustle. It just is what it is. But to me, a layman, Georgia ignorant person that doesn't know a lot about a lot, if you have such an award-winning throw that has gained you so much money over time, why does the throw keep changing? And why are you in the chart? Like, did this throw not give you X amount? And I'll be honest with you guys, if I walk up to an ATM and it gives me $100 every time I press 1 and it doesn't come out of my account, I'm not going to a different ATM. I'm just 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 whoa. I'm not even pressing 2 to see what happens, because that might screw it up. That might like reset 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. And so that thing is at 1 1. Now, why is it, if something is so profitable and so successful, why are you pressing 1 2 3 4 5? What happened to 1? 1 was doing great. Where's the 1 at? I was a fan of the 1. And that's just my thing about that. And the reason why I say the dice people are a lot of times snake oil salesmen is not because I have this weird, I look at the person and say, hey, I was saying that in the long term, you're marketing something that cannot be proven. It cannot be done it. And I'll be honest with you guys, on top of that, I'm still in my youth of 30s. When I was younger, I mean, there was times where I would sit here and say, hey, like, okay, well, let me show up with my $10,000 or $5,000 and we'll play for $5,000 heads up and see who does it. And the thing about it is, when I do my subscribers, I do it all at the casino. Meet me at the casino. I don't have to sit here and come to my house to practice. I don't need to. Go to the casino. Hence, I'm doing the same thing. Doesn't matter where it is. It's just math. And in saying that, also, for the very first meetup, I'm not going to say his name because I don't want, I don't know if he wants to know, but there was a person that said, hey, I can't lose $1,000. I just can't lose $1,000. That's just, I want to be here. I respect it. Can't lose $1,000. I said, not a problem. I'll house your bet. That means that there's now no way that you can lose $1,000, because as long as you do exactly what I tell you to, you're fine. So I am guaranteeing your 1,000. And that's exactly what happened. Another person in Chicago made a couple bets, was a little bit nervous because it's a bigger bet and didn't want to make it. And I said, hey, that's sound math. And I did a $600 6 and 8 working to win $700, and I gave that person $700. And I was like, it's understandably because it's a lot of money and you came here with $2,000 or $3,000 and you don't want to make that bet. But at the end of the day, like, I don't care. I make the bet. I'm here to make the bet. I'm not. And once again, it comes back. And this is kind of a rant about YouTube's, but I'm just trying to keep everyone informed here. Why are you trying to market a different throw every 3 months on any of the YouTube platforms? Just doesn't, to me, it doesn't make sense unless you're marketing something in order to profit off of it. Same thing for, like, people ask me, like, why don't you do better stuff for the YouTube? I'm like, why would I spend money on this? Why would I spend money on this? This is nothing. Like, I could do this with cards and a piece of paper with like 20 chips. It doesn't matter, because this isn't making me money. This, YouTube, makes me like 50 to 100 bucks a month, which is still, if I'm truly doing the bankroll I'm doing, which I am, that's negligible. I know that sounds really bad. I'm not trying to belittle anybody, but like 50 bucks a month is not helping a $5,000 bankroll. Just throwing that out there. I mean, especially at a $50,000 bankroll, YouTube ain't picking that tab up. And on top of that, let's just say, this is the reason why I never really wanted to do, or didn't want to screw and get crazy big in YouTube. Not in the fact that, like, notoriety, but a YouTuber once posted, it's like, I have 1 million views. What does that mean? 1 million views at the time of that video generated him about $6,500, okay? So 1 million views, $6,500 in ad revenue, okay? So I was like, 1 million views gives you $6,500. I can make that in 3 sessions. So I was like, what's the point? Once again, coming back to YouTubers, I've made millions of dollars. Well, you don't see Bill Gates selling newspapers door to door. Why? It's an allocation of time. It's time management. It's money management, X, Y, and Z. So if you have someone who says they can make $30,000 in craps in a weekend based on their throw, and they're charging $15 for a session, it's a mismanagement of time. It doesn't make accounting sense. It doesn't make business sense. that you're claiming you can make $30,000 in a weekend, but you're charging what? 10 people for 150, 100 people for 1,500, 1,000 people for 15,000. That means 1,000 people have to generate you, let's say 1,000, so 2,000 people. And we're just using math here once again. 2,000 for $15 session. 2,000 people have to roll in at an hour-long session in order to make it worth it for your one weekend. So that means that you're spending 4 weeks out of the month hosting these hour-long sessions with people to do throws, which is annoying because you're talking to people all day, whereas you can just sit by yourself and click back 30,000 in a weekend. It's one of those things that I just look at it very much from a business perspective. When I say business, it doesn't make logical sense. Dice influencing to me doesn't make logical sense. Now on the physics of it, I'm going to only say this, I've said this a multitude of times, I'm going to say this once and I'll get out of here, The physics of it also is not applicable. And I say this to you guys. Let's just take basketball players off the table, even though it's an easy target to do about mathematics. In college, okay, the prime of pretty much everybody's life, let's say 18 to 25, okay? I've never seen a college level person or college age person at the peak of their prime throw a ping pong ball across a 6-foot table and hit a solo cup for beer pong. There's 10 beer pong cups. I have never seen somebody make 10 beer pong pucks in a row. And that's one ping pong ball into a 4-inch opening of a cup. But you're going to explain to me how and it's always the same thing, like some 40-year-old or 50-year-old or 60-year-old dude that's been around Vegas forever can throw 12 feet with 2 dice, hit a randomizing alligator strip, stick it onto the felt consistently every time. Do I think a robot can do it? Absolutely. Can I think a human can do it? No. 12 feet, 2 dice into a randomizer strip? No. And on top of that, using once again logic and math, if it was possible to do that, why would you ever bet place bets? Just start betting the pass line for 7s, and then if it hits, and let's say you misstep and hit like a 6 or an 8, then hit for the 6 and 8. But it's always the yo stuff, and all the 5, 9s and yos and 3s and all that stuff, and bounce and geometric pressure, the Coriolis effect, gravitational pull of Mars, and the sun having a flare, and the reason why you can't throw a 9. I'm like, well, the easiest number to throw at 636 is a 7. Why aren't you throwing to a 7? You should be on the don't, or you should be on the pass line coming out. Then you should just throw random to the don't come bar for like max value of $500. Then once the don't come bar, because you're so regulated, goes on one of these jack numbers, then you go back to your 7 set and throw 7s. That's your funnest, easiest, quickest way to make money like that if 7s is your run. Or any 7. Appreciate HD. Appreciate HD. And that's just me just realistically talking heart to heart, you guys. I go talk to my friend on things that don't make sense. And to me, that does not make sense. Just in general. Why would you sit here if you're playing into a mathematical probability of dice combinations and you have a 7 set, which beautifully enough, a 7 set literally covers all the faces as you roll. Why wouldn't you use that set? And that's just me ranting a little bit. But once again, if I wanted to sell something and market something and resell it and resell it and resell it, what do? I create a skill or a task that doesn't require me to authenticate. And what is everyone's, if you're a dice influencer, good enough for you, man. Don't listen to my BS because I'm just a drunk redneck anyway. But why is it every time a person, when it comes to a dice influencing, says it takes 2 hours or an hour and a half to get warmed up just for a 30-minute session, and then you're cold again, and it takes 6 months of throwing to get this 30 minutes of golden period? I'm like, based on that kind of logic and a 2-hour roll history, theoretically, in 2.5 hours, you should have a long roll just because of, once again, law of averages. How many times have you seen 3 rolls and a 7 out? Well, if 3 rolls and a 7 out, that means you have to roll 9 rolls and a 7 out to equal out to, lo and behold, the 6-to-1 ratio, which is the average of 7s. Just like anything else, a dilution of statistics. Sevens will render out to the most common number. So you have a multitude of a cold table with 2 or 3 rolls and a 7. That means that eventually, somewhere, you're going to see more than 6 rolls to a 7. This is math. It's math and averages and probability and statistics, okay? Like, I know that we all slept through math in high school, and trust me, by God, I wish I didn't. I wish I didn't major in international affairs with a concentration on Eastern European politics and a minor in Russian and leadership. But by God, we're here, and I don't like being cold in Russia. So, I mean, it is what it is. But a lot of these things, the reason why I get miffed about it is because if you're going to talk to me, which is fine. I mean, I love anyone talking to me about craps. I just love talking about craps. Look what I'm doing. I'm sitting in a warehouse right now talking about craps to myself and reading messages. Obviously, I love playing craps. But if you're going to argue with me about something, then do it in a way that can be proved, tested, and measured. And unfortunately, the bounce of the table is not a metric. The humidity of a room is not a metric. Oh, I'm feeling off today, not a metric. However, in strategy craps, which multiple people do strategies, not just me, that is something that absolutely can be measured because it is a structured system that can be compared to math. And that's why on all of my stupid videos, the ones that I pre-record, so math doesn't lie. Does that mean I can sit here and spin yarn to you and try to sell you a duck? But at the end of the day, if the math don't add up, it does not add up. So, I know that was a very long rant, and I apologize. I get a little bit sideways, and not so much sideways about dice influencing. It doesn't affect my life whatsoever. It's never affected my dice game at the casino whatsoever. Realistically, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter to me. However, what I do take a serious offense to, and this is something, 2 things that really irk me about it. It has nothing to do with my personal gain or personal whatever. Issue 1 is the fact that people are selling something that I think is inaccurate. So I think that's just like the guy on PBS on Channel 11 at 2 o'clock in the morning saying this book, if you buy it, you'll cure all. And the same guy 2 years later saying, if you buy this, you'll be out of debt, cure all. 2 years later, the same guy, I don't know his name, but you guys exactly know what I'm talking about. That guy's like, this book says that you can live a happy and rich life, just buy this book. And my mom did buy that book one time. She bought it. She said, you tell me that this book can cure this and cure that and cure this. And you know what was in that book? Just references to buy other books. Stupid. So that's issue 1. You know, I do not like shiesty people. So if you're shiesty, I don't like it. So, I mean, you got a craft and you got a trade, whatever. The biggest issue is issue 2. Issue 2 is this. Is that I have extreme agency when it comes to my system. Does that mean that I'm like, you use my system? No, not, create the system that you want to. However, I get petrified as an individual, as a person on this earth, talking to a fellow person on this earth. I am petrified of the fact that someone can use my system and not understand it fully and lose money. Hence why I always sit here and say, make 100,000 at home, because just what I did, because I don't know how to do math right, like in terms of computer stuff. So I just roll it out the old fashioned way, analog style. So my biggest fear is that someone takes their hard-earned money, uses my system, doesn't do correctly, or does something mismatched and loses money. I have extreme guilt, extreme agency, extreme ownership of that scenario. I just do. I wish I could put myself in the back of your head. Every time you go to the casino, all of y'all go to the casino and say, hey guys, don't do that. Shh. Be patient. Shh. Better to go home with a woman named Patience than to cheat on her with a hoe named Greed. Okay? And that's, I really do. What really irks me about stuff like the other side of craps, for lack of a better word, is the fact that somebody, let's just say, doesn't know a lot about craps, Googles something or YouTubes something, sees a person with 10,000 subscribers, 5,000 subscribers, 20,000 subscribers, and a bunch of yes men in their Discord group kind of peddling, because a lot of times, just like a Ponzi scheme, the person that's the main dice thrower has like a crew of 3 or 4. I'm gonna show you, it's a hustle, man. I'm from South Georgia. Like, that's what we do, is hustle. Like, you can't crack me at a gas station. If you guys know what that means, you know what it means. If you don't, I appreciate the wonderful childhood you had. You ain't gonna crack me at a gas station in South Georgia. You ain't gonna sit here and peddle me whatever you wanna peddle me. Like, I sit here and grind and starve every day, and I came up in a place, I came up in a place, in a time period, in a location. There's only two types of people in this world, and that was people with money and without money. And by God, I have a back that's strong and a mind that's weak, with one fist of iron and the other of steel. And I was raked in the cane, raked by an old mama lion. All right? So you can't sit here and tell me down home. Like, here at the Tonk, I know what I'm talking about. So in saying that, okay, some poor person who maybe did not have that kind of street smart or awareness watches a video, validates that video with 5, 10, 15,000 subscribers, 3,000 subscribers, what I would say, and they take a week's pay as a blue collar or lower person thinking that this money is going to change your life. Because that's what craps is. You got to think. That's the reason I say I would never make a career out of craps. Career, it's like supplemental income. It's not primary income. Because what is the true goal of most people going to craps? They are risking something tangible and to improve their life. That's it. Think about it. It's like Hunger Games, man. You are risking your money to make more money to provide a better life for yourself and loved ones. How screwed up is that? Like, what is Survivor or, Naked and Afraid? It's a bunch of fathers and mothers saying, I just want to change my life for my family. I want to move out of a trailer. I want to put my kid through college. It's all about bettering their life. And that's how crazy it is. We're watching people kill themselves to try to better their life. How insane. Same thing happens in craps, just a different mentality. It's still the same mentality or the same behavior transcended upon craps, which is, hey, I'm risking time. $500 represents 30 hours of work, which represents 30 hours of my life I can never get back. And I'm going to trade my time for money, which then trades my money into chips to get more chips. So what are you really doing? You're peddling your time on a craps table. That's the true curse of gambling. You're literally gambling away time, which cannot be prime back. So in saying that, once again, rounded back, that somebody to profit off themselves, to profit off another person, versus me, when I play craps, I profit off the casino. You're sitting here, you play both sides. The working out, coming 6s and 8s and 9s, that's all pass line craps, field pass line craps, all that stuff. It's just the don't that I anchor a lot of stuff on. But you think about the anti, all that stuff, that's all pass. So I play a little bit of both. Whatever makes, and you're all right, MLB, whatever makes mathematical sense. And so to round this out, I play against casino. Casino, is once again, it ain't making money off poor old, it is making money off poor old on you, but they're doing it in a way that they're a corporation, a conglomerate, whatever you want to say, big business, big corporations, big money. When I play, I'm taking their money. When people do stuff like sell dice influencing classes, now you're taking time away from an average person and putting that time in your pocket in the form of money. And on top of that, it's not like you're doing it for like puppies. You're now charging that person who takes their time and hands it to you and you put it in your pocket, and then they're taking their time and gambling on craps table on something that's not based on mathematically sound properties, and it's a shill. And then that person could be destitute. That person could lose everything. That person could go hungry. Their kids could go hungry. They could survive a marriage, a house, a car. I don't know. But I can't live with the guilt of someone doing that on a shill. And so for me, when I look at people, the reason why I get so aggravated, I know it's a really long-winded, but it's essentially saying you're taking not only someone's life away from them, but then you're costing them their life. And I do have an issue with that. And that sounds really bad. That sounds very over the top. That sounds very much like, but that's the way I feel about it. That's why when someone asks me, I don't get mean, I don't get comical. I just say I don't believe in dice influencing, and that's why. Now, you're free, free over 21 and American. By God, you can do almost anything, at least if you're, a Southerner like me. But in saying that, that's where I come from. So I don't know how many people do not like that or did like that. I don't know how many people can agree or disagree, but that to me is a very sound logic explanation of why I am not a big fan of dice influencers. So, yeah, I think that's it. So, this is going to sound so stupid. I'm going to do 6s one more time, and then I'm out of here. So If you got any questions, say it now. I'll answer it very timely, and then I'm gone. 6. That was such a long answer. I feel like that was a 40-minute answer to whatever I was. I don't even know what I was answering. That was a long one. Whatever I was, it was long. Oh my God, that's what the Amazon, stupid Charles. I know what's in the Amazon box. It's my bug zapper that I got and my bug repel, or my fly zapper for the shop. Idiot, I could have been wrecking that the entire time. Stupid. It's whatever, not gonna freak out about it. Not gonna think about it for the rest of the day while I'm doing 4 hours of getting yanked by fly. But I am mean, they're just literally just flying around me and it just makes me mad, but it's whatever. I'm not gonna say anything for anything, so look at that, double 6s, boom. That is bad. No one said anything. All right, guys, well, it was fun. Crazy challenge that we hit, love it. Other than that, it was always a pleasure. Don't freak out about the shadow, that's just me, standing up and saying goodbye. Whoa, and almost falling off the, you just watch me, guys, adjust my shorts. Oh, no problem. See? All right, guys, Charlie from Drunk Guy Explains. I'll check you guys next time.